I'm very passionate about building luxury brands, but it's so much more than just your logo, just your website. Hey there, welcome to the Super Bloom Coach podcast, the show for life coaches ready to 10x their business and bloom into undisputed thought leadership status. I'm Moriah, Riona, an award-winning brand designer and certified life coach. I've spent over a decade helping incredible female entrepreneurs like you build luxurious, high-end brands that stand out and attract their dream clients. Each week, I share the latest branding strategies, business growth tips, and personal insights to help you elevate your coaching business and thrive. Whether you're just starting out or looking to scale to new heights, this podcast is your roadmap to becoming a luxury thought leader in your niche. Get ready to learn, grow, and make an impact with the Super Bloom Coach podcast. Let's go. Hello. Welcome to episode 4 of the Super Bloom Coach podcast. Today, I am talking about luxury branding. So if you know me at all, if you subscribe to me on my YouTube channel, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that luxury branding is my thing. Let me tell you a bit about why that is, why I'm so passionate about building luxury brands for female business owners, particularly for life coaches. So I have been a brand designer since 2013. Oh my goodness, it's hard to believe. I started out as a wedding photographer way before that, ended up going back to school to get a degree in graphic design when I realized that I really loved building a brand more than I did being a photographer. So right out of school, I worked for a marketing agency. I sort of learned how it's all done, but it wasn't my vibe. And I really knew that I, A, wanted to be an entrepreneur, and B, really wanted to support other female entrepreneurs on their journey. So after about 1.5 years of working for this marketing firm, I went out on my own. I still had my wedding photography business. So alongside that, I built my branding business. I have an agency. I'm building my team. It's so much bigger than me, and it's becoming bigger every day. I love it. I love what we're doing. I love my team. I love supporting our clients. It just fills me with so much joy. So over the years, I love branding and personal branding, but I really found that my niche was in building luxury brands for life coaches. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is I really see how hard women work to build their businesses. And there's all kinds of statistics out now that there are more women entrepreneurs entering, the business arena every year. There are more female-led organizations. We're seeing growth in that space, but where we're falling short is just because there's more women in business, women are still not as successful in business. The money numbers are showing us that women have not been as successful in business. And I think there's a lot that goes into that. A lot of the ways that we're conditioned not to ask for money, not to ask for more, feeling like we can't get paid for supporting others, which I think is BS. I know that a lot of coaches deal with that because there's this idea that you're helping other people live better lives. How could you ask for money for that? And I want to know how you couldn't. You're changing people's lives, ask for money, right? I still see a lot of this old mentality around women and money. And my answer to change that is to help life coaches build luxury brands. It's really my approach to working smarter, not harder. I think that most women don't know how to ask for what they're worth. They don't even know what they're worth. And I'm not talking about your worth as a human being, but when we build personal brands, sometimes that gets really confused. We start to think that the money that we make is our personal worth as a human, and it's not. But I still think that regardless, women are not asking for as much. I mean, we see this all the time. Men ask for raises at a much higher rate. They ask for more when they ask for those raises. Employers know that they can get away with paying female employees less. Just old school mentality that I don't know about you, but frankly, I am sick and tired of. I love design. I love life coaching. I love designing beautiful things. And for a long time, I really wondered, but am I making the world a better place? I'm not curing cancer. I'm not, saving people. I'm not saving the planet. I had guilt about what I'm doing and does it matter? And just seeing the way that building luxury brands has transformed my own life and my own business and transformed the businesses and the lives of my clients and the way they show up in the world when they have this luxury brand behind them, the confidence that they show up with. I know that this is my own small way of making the world a better place. I want to make it more equitable for women, and I am doing that by building luxury brands for female entrepreneurs, in particular life coaches. I have a unique approach when it comes to luxury branding. The reason I love luxury branding is because let's look at luxury brands, for example, like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, BMW, maybe a really high-end spa. I just did my birthday party at the Ritz-Carlton. All of these are like luxury brands. And while they're providing the same products or services as more consumer level brands, as other things we might consider more of a commodity, we just know that we're going to pay more for a luxury brand. They're not convincing us. The convincing has already been done by the brand that they have built. And so people who want that experience, who want that higher end product, it's really the higher end experience that comes with the product, right? We are willing as consumers to pay more, much more, a lot of the time for that luxury brand purchase. That's why I love taking this concept of luxury branding and making it accessible to my clients, female entrepreneurs who are coaches and consultants, because a lot of them are solopreneurs, right? They're not big corporate brands. By building their luxury brand, they're able to put out in the world this visual representation of their value that they bring. And so people already know, their customers already know, this is a higher end product. This is a higher end service. I'm going to pay more for this, but it's worth it. For me, it's really about that working smarter, not harder. As much as I see the benefits of coaching, life coaching, and I think that everybody should have life coaching, that's not the world we live in, right? It's not a necessity. We don't consider it a necessity. It's very much a luxury that people are looking for. By building the luxury brand to represent, to visually, to aesthetically represent the experience and the brand, the products and services that you're providing to the client, you're letting the brand do the heavy lifting where it's representing the quality that you bring, right? And so you don't have to be convincing people on a call that it's worth it. They already show up and they know it's expensive. They can tell by the brand. Just like when I go and buy a Louis Vuitton handbag, right? I know it's going to cost a lot of money and I'm ready and take my credit card, right? So it's doing the heavy lifting for you in that aspect. You just get to show up and be the coach that your client needs. And that's why I love this approach. Like I said, I have kind of a unique approach to branding. We've really niched down. I have really niched down over the years in regards to what my methodology and what I provide to my clients. And because I specialize so much in just working with coaches and consultants, we have a single program that we offer. And it's called Luxury Brand Leader. I don't let people work with me on a la carte. Like if you just want a logo, if you just want a website, you can't work with me. You need to go through the whole process because I've been doing this for so long and I specialize in working with life coaches. So I know exactly how to take you from point A to point B. And a lot of times people are like, oh, I need a website so I can get clients. Website doesn't equal clients. Logo doesn't equal clients. Great copy doesn't equal clients. New brand photos doesn't equal clients. It's this overall holistic approach to building a cohesive brand that's going to get you from unseen to the coach for your clients, the one that they need. They're not looking at anyone else. They know they need to work with you. That whole approach led me to create my program, Luxury Brand Leader. So it's really two parts. I'm big into building luxury brands that speak to your high-end value, but we can't just build a luxury brand. At the same time, we set you, the coach, up as the thought leader in your space. So we really go through this method of niching down and figuring out what your unique approach is that you bring to your clients so that you have your own niche. You're not in competition with other people. So I really want to talk more about the process that I take my clients through so that you can hopefully learn how to build a brand that stands out and stands apart from your competition. I have my clients fill out these really robust questionnaires. There's multiple questionnaires. I really get to know you and your vision for your brand before we start working on it together. And one of the questions I have is, tell me 3 competitors that you have. And what drives me nuts is I would say most of my clients, probably 60 to 70%, they come back and they say, oh, I don't have any competition. When you start with me, you do have competition. And we need to get really clear on who that competition is. If the client isn't booking with you, they're either booking with someone else or not booking at all, which is also your competition, right? You're competing against these other businesses, these other factors in their life that would keep them from booking with you. And so by not doing the work, not knowing who your competition is, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because I want to take you to the point where you truly don't have competition, but we got to know where you're starting from. So one of the first things I would recommend is to look around in your space. If you already know your niche, if you know your ideal client, who else is serving that space, serving that ideal client, and check out what they're doing. What are they doing that you love? And what are they doing that you don't want to approach it that way? You have a different method, a different framework, a different program you want to offer. And that will start to distinguish you from your competition. First, we have to know who they are. I have sort of this multi-step program that I take clients through. It's typically about 90 days, and we go from either no brand or a very sad brand to launching their luxury brand. But like I said, I really created this program so that you have not just a website, not just a logo, not just a business card, or whatever it is you think you need, a landing page, right? Whatever it is that you're convinced that you need. You don't just have this one thing. You have a whole brand system that is working for you while you sleep. We always start, my phase 1 of this whole program is luxury foundations and brand strategy. So I actually start all of my clients off with coaching. We go through this 4-part series so that we know their niche, we know their ideal client, we know their irresistible offer, and then we also know their marketing strategy. And I start there before we ever dive into design. And I think this is where a lot of people get hung up because they just want to jump right in. They want something that makes them feel official as a coach, right? You get your certification and you're like, okay, what's the next step? Website. I would highly encourage you to wait to do this work first, this strategy work, this foundational brand strategy work, because the website's not going to serve you if you don't know the strategy behind it. If you haven't built this foundation, you have to know your unique niche. Okay. You have to know very specifically the ideal client avatar that you are serving. You need to know what your irresistible offer is, because what's the point of having this website if you don't know who you're talking to and you don't know what you're selling? I think a lot of coaches, they think they'll build a website and they'll say, hey, one-on-one coaching, sign up below. I hate to tell you this, but the only people who buy coaching are other coaches. because they know the value of coaching. Most of the world, most of the people who need you, they don't even know what life coaching or health coaching or business coaching, they don't really know that that exists. They don't know what you do. They need to buy a result. And so by going through this foundational brand strategy first, you really figure out the result that the ideal client is willing to part their hard-earned money to get. Part with their hard-earned money to get. So instead of selling coaching, we take the client and we say, hey, this is the transformation you provide. Did you know that? Hey, this is the result they're going to get. And that is highly marketable. It's highly valuable. We can stick a high ticket price tag on that. Coaching in and of itself, we can't always put that high end price tag. Unless you're a well-known coach with a big audience, we can't just slap a high-end price tag on it because people don't even know they need it. Hey, Super Bloom coaches, let's take a quick break. This episode is sponsored by my exclusive Luxury Brand Leader program. If you're serious about elevating your coaching business, then you have to check this out. Luxury Brand Leader is your chance to work with me one-on-one to totally transform your brand and realign your business for exponential growth. This is the only logo and website design program designed exclusively for coaches that builds your luxury brand and sets you up as the go-to leader you were born to be. Imagine a complete 360-degree luxury brand transformation done in just 90 days. You'll get personalized coaching, cutting-edge strategies, and the exact steps you need to become an unstoppable force in your industry. When you become a luxury brand leader, you can finally start to attract clients who daydream about working with you, and they're willing to pay the big bucks to make it happen. Imagine being able to unapologetically raise your rates, magnetize high-paying clients, create a captivating personal brand, and showcase your high-value expertise. Are you ready for a branding experience that will revolutionize how you show up in your business? Apply to become a luxury brand leader today at MoriahRiona.com. Remember, spots are limited and they fill up fast. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to transform your business. Apply now. After we figure that out, then we get into the luxury logo and brand design. So we're still not at website. Do you realize that? We're still figuring out the pieces that lead up to the website. We start with the foundation, the brand strategy. The next thing we do is we develop the overall aesthetic of the brand. This is phase 2. Yes, this is a logo. You need a logo, but I never give a client just a logo. They get a whole system of logos. They get brand colors, brand fonts. They get, a whole style guide that tells them that this is the overall aesthetic. These are the kind of photos that we need. These are the kind of background images, the patterns we need in the background. Every single visual touch point that they have in their brand, they're able to always be on brand. They have this style guide when we're done with this phase of the program so that they know, if they go make a Word document on their own, they know that the title should be this font in this color at this point size so that they're always consistent. Because what that consistency does is it really creates this feeling of trust with your audience. We have this idea that somebody's just going to find us on Instagram and book us immediately. And that almost never happens. We have to really nurture this relationship with this person we haven't quite met yet. You're just a stranger on the internet. They might even know what a coach is. They might think they need a coach, but they're going to be checking you out for a while to see if they're prepared to make that investment with you. And so we really want to nurture this relationship with the audience, the potential clients. And the way that we do this is we just build as much trust as we can. We do it with the words we choose, the way that you speak to your audience, but a really subtle and very powerful way that we do this is with your visual branding, okay? Because they're going to see it every time you pop up in their feed, every time you pop into their inbox. This happens to me on Pinterest all the time. People tell me, they're like, oh, I knew it was one of your pins because it's so they always look the same. They have your branding on them. We just want that level of visual consistency throughout everything so that they see you, they know it's you, it's their favorite coach, that person that they're waiting to hire. Maybe you're on their vision board, but yeah, it's so important to have that level of consistency so that you build trust with with your audience. So the next thing, phase 3 in my program, is website design. So now we are ready for the website design, but we actually do 2 things before we design the website. Now, we already know what the brand style is. We've got some beautiful patterns we've created. We know all of the brand colors. We know the fonts, all of that, right? But that's not enough to build a website. There's 2 things that I actually include in my program. They're bonuses that I include, and it's take it or leave it. They're worth a lot of money, but I include them because I really don't want to work on a website that doesn't have these 2 things. We have professional copywriting for not only the website, but for your brand messaging and everything, to make sure that we're saying the right words. We're connecting with that ideal client in the right way. And we're also selling your irresistible offer impeccably with the words that we are choosing. I don't want to design a website that has not had professional copywriting. I did it for years. I used to coach my clients through their copywriting, and I was really good at it. I'm not there anymore. Like, I'm at a level in my business where I'm not going to design a website that doesn't have professional copywriting. So we actually provide that. I have amazing copywriters on my team, and it all just translates from that initial foundational strategy work that we did at the beginning, the coaching I take you through at the beginning. It all translates from that, right? We know who that ideal client is. We know what that niche is. So our copywriter has already decided how you speak to that client, the words you need to use, even down to the punctuation for your brand. You get a brand style guide for your voice and messaging as well. Like, do you use an Oxford comma? Do you not use an Oxford comma in your brand? Okay, like, it's that specific, because again, just like the visuals, we want that level of consistency to build trust with your audience. The other thing that I will not build a website unless we have is brand photography. This is so important, especially when we're building these personal brands. So as a coach, you're really usually almost always building a personal brand. You are the face of the brand. And so we need to have just amazing brand imagery for that website. I used to let people do it themselves. I used to let them locally in their area find photographers. I really don't let my clients do that anymore. That's why I included for free a brand and videography session at our studio in Colorado Springs, because even when they've hired other quote unquote professionals, it's not the level that I expect for my clients. It's not a luxury brand level. My clients all fly in now to Colorado Springs to have their brand photography and videography sessions done here, to make sure that, like, I oversee all the shoots. I make sure that everything is on brand and it's to the level we expect. We do those 2 things, and then we start designing your website. So can you see how detrimental it would be to just dive in and start designing a website without having that foundation, without having that brand system, the visuals, without having the copy or the brand photography in place first? I honestly don't know how people do it now. I would just be spinning if I wouldn't know where to start in a website. We can design a beautiful website, but is it going to sell? Is it going to connect with the right people? Like, why would you either invest the time DIYing it or invest the money hiring somebody else to do it if you're not crystal clear on all of that? Because websites are expensive. If they're done right, they're really expensive. When you don't have the information that you need to sell to the right person, you can build a beautiful website. It's not going to convert for you. So that is my main goal, building these luxury brands. We want to convert at luxury prices. That's what I want to do for my clients. So after that, phase 4 is luxury launch. And so we actually help our clients launch their brands, their brand new brands. Brand new brands. I love that. It's all about, going from putting this whole brand together and putting it out into the world. We have, a whole system for how we help our clients do that. Now, part of that is I include a bunch of additional bonuses. So we're not just launching this brand new website and, nobody knows about it. We build these beautiful websites, but we got to get the right people there. I keep saying this, but I hear it all the time. These new coaches who are like, I just need a website. I just need a website. Yeah, you do, but it needs to be the right website that's connecting with the right people. The website alone is not going to serve you. Part of the system that we have in place for our clients, the bonuses and the things that we offer to make sure that we launch to the right audience, is we have a whole marketing package that comes with it. And this is included for free. But basically, we help them figure out their marketing strategy. We give them the tools they need to start implementing content marketing. I build luxury brands and I love doing that. But the other thing that I do equally in my business is content marketing. You're listening to some of my content marketing right now. I love doing content marketing. It has connected me with the right clients for my business, the kind of clients who are willing to pay good money, big numbers to work with us. So it really builds those relationships like I was talking about with our audience so that we're able to convert with these high ticket offers. So I basically break down everything I've done in my business and I share it with my clients and I give them the tools, the templates I've created so that they can turn around and do that in their business, so that they're not just launching a website, but they're launching a content marketing strategy that brings the right clients to them. So I think that's really powerful. The other thing that we do is we make sure that the website that we are building is built for SEO. And we do this through the whole process. It's the copywriting is written for SEO. We go into the back end and make sure that it is SEO worthy. And then we also, part of that content marketing strategy is building a blog so that you continue to build your SEO prowess for your website. I'm very passionate about building luxury brands, but it's so much more than just your logo, just your website. When you launch, you really want to have this cohesive luxury brand that is speaking to the right person. It is correctly communicating the value that you bring, but also how you help your clients and why it's worth them paying you for that. We want to articulate the transformation that you provide. We want to be really clear on the result that they'll get from working with you. It's like I said, we're not selling coaching. We're selling a transformation. We're selling a result. I hope that was helpful for you, getting a little sneak peek into my program, how it's all broken out so that you can see how you really want to build your brand. It doesn't have to be a luxury brand, but you want to build your coaching brand so that it's more than just a website, more than just a logo. You want to make sure that you are crystal clear on that strategy, that foundational brand strategy before you get started. Thanks for listening to this episode of Super Bloom Coach, the podcast for life coaches ready to 10x their business. If you enjoyed today's episode, I know you'll love my free course, 5-Figure Clients, the secret to attracting high-ticket coaching clients. Inside, I'll show you how I went from attracting bargain hunter clients to exclusively booking clients at a 5-figure price point. If you're ready to start working with clients who understand the tremendous value you bring to the table and to stop working with clients who don't, then this course is for you. Over 4 days, you'll learn why offering a high-ticket service is better for you and your client, how to craft your irresistible high-ticket offer that practically sells itself, and the 2 things you need to convey in order to sell high-ticket services. Also, how to position yourself as a luxury brand leader so you can charge a premium for your top-notch services. Sign up now at mariahriona.com/free-course and start attracting those high-ticket clients today. Don't miss out on this valuable opportunity to elevate your coaching business. Get instant access to your first lesson. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to Super Bloom Coach so you never miss an episode. We've got some incredible content lined up to help you 10x your coaching business and achieve your dreams. If you found value in today's episode, can you do me a quick favor and leave a review? Your feedback helps me reach more coaches like you who are ready to elevate their business. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next time.